And I don't think it's an argument of good or bad, right or wrong. But what have you learned? What will you learn? I've learned that it's okay to feel alone. Considering 70% of the time I'm on this earth will be alone, I've learned everyone to some degree feels by themselves on this journey. I've learned that to find silence is to find your voice. And to find your voice, you must find silence. I've learned that my childhood still affects me to this very second. The good parts, the bad parts, it all echoes. And on some days louder than others. I've learned that forgiveness is most useful when given unconditionally. To those who hurt me and those I have hurt, I've learned to look in the mirror differently. I've learned to forgive myself. I've learned that you'll never be happy in life if you keep on searching for what happiness consists of. I learned that you'll never live if you keep searching for the meaning of life. I've learned the more you obsess over the idea of things, the more chances you have to get hurt or disappointed. I've learned to let go. I've learned that to put effort into being well-liked is to try to be something else other than yourself. I've learned that the only opinion that truly matters is my own, and anyone else's is nothing but subjective commentary. I've learned the only person to compare yourself to is your best self. And I've learned to know my best self. Our relationship fluctuates. I've learned that the two most powerful words in the English language are I and am. And when put together, you can either create yourself or destroy yourself. I've learned that to strive for perfection is to strive for insanity. I've learned that it's not about what you know, but what you do with what you know. I've learned that big cities are beautiful from afar, but up close, intimidating as hell. I've learned that running away and moving across the country doesn't solve your problems, just postpones them for a while until rent is due. I've learned that the feeling of having butterflies in your gut when looking at your crush isn't just a middle school thing. It's also a 20-something thing. I've learned it's okay to fall in love again, out of love, and in love, even if it's just to fall out once more. I've learned that my heart isn't completely dead, only hibernating. And I've learned that salt water is the real cure for anything. Sweat, tears, and the ocean. I learned that goodbyes aren't forever, hellos aren't guaranteed. I learned you can't go back and create a new beginning, but you can start now and create a new ending. I've learned that growing up sucks sometimes, and it's okay to give up the act of knowing what you're doing 24/7. I've learned that I'd rather make memories that I can remember and leave the messy, blurry ones behind. I learned that deleting your Snapchat and Twitter truly isn't the end of the world, and we could all use a little less URL and more IRL. I learned to give less of my body and give more of my mind. I learned to write more and text less. I learned to kiss more and fight less. I learned that it's okay to be lost, even if you don't have service or a map. You're breathing, and that'll get you through the day. I've learned that loving yourself is hard, probably the hardest thing to accomplish in life. And it's also not something you acquire through others. I've learned that any form of true validation isn't achieved via the internet. I've learned that change is uncomfortable, and as long as you're comfortable, you won't change. I've learned that waiting for an answer isn't one worth waiting for. There are 7 days of the week, and some day isn't one. I've learned that to be happy is to love and embrace all imperfection. I've learned to find purpose, you must let go and lose yourself once in a while. And I've learned to be free is to suffer, to experience pain, to feel insecure, to be alone. And know in your heart that you have the ability to learn and grow from every possible form of suffering that life brings you. I've learned that my entire 23 years is nothing greater than or less than, but equal. I've learned that no matter how lost or how alone we may feel, we're all going through our own chapter. And I don't think it's an argument of good or bad, right or wrong. But what have you learned? What will you learn?